Well, morning, Russ. First time back and first time we've seen you and spoken to you in plenty of weeks now. How's everything going? And your side returned to preseason training yesterday. How's it all going?
Yeah, it's great to see everyone. Just nice to be back, really. We've all had a really good break. A break that went too quickly for some, not quick enough for others. But yeah, just enjoyed it. It's been a busy break, to be honest, with obviously the restructure here, with Andy leaving, which is big news when someone has been at the club for so long leaves. It creates a hole that I think we filled brilliantly, with the people who are already in the building have already proved so much to all of us down here. So yeah, it was busy. It was really busy. Obviously recruitment, a lot of meetings, a lot of conversation with players, with each other, as a group of staff, and planning and being ready as possible for this season, as prepared as possible, and making sure we know where we're going, we know what we're doing, as far as much as we possibly can, and but yeah, now it's just really nice to be back, and all the guys have come back in really good condition, and look really hungry, and they trained brilliantly yesterday for the first day training, tested really well last week, and trained really well yesterday. So I spoke to you about that at the end of last season, their mentality towards training, their attitude towards it, and it's fantastic. So I'm really pleased that hasn't changed over the summer.
And it's only 10 to 9 now, but there's already been some movement in your backroom staff as you've announced a new coach coming in.
Yeah, so Gill will come in, or is in now, which is brilliant. Everything I've said in what Ant put out this morning is true. So he's first and foremost a fantastic coach. He's going to add a lot to the club, to the players, to us as a group of staff. The way he works, the attention to detail, the care for players and people. Just a brilliant human being first and foremost, and one that's going to really add. I spoke to you a lot about people having to add culturally and to us as a group, to the identity that we have and how we work, and he's definitely going to do that. So I speak to him more than we've been travelling to our jobs for the last 2 years, so spoke to him pretty much every day on the phone whilst we're travelling. He's a very good friend, but he's not just that. He's someone I've known for a long time, trust, and has had a brilliant record of really working with individuals, and I saw that in my time at Norwich when I spent 6 months under him with the under-23s before I left, and how he worked, the relationship he had with the players, he still has with a lot of those players that have gone on to some really great things. It's testament to him and how he works, and so I think it's a great addition. It's going to really help me and Luke and Dino on the football side of things, and I think he's a really strong. Just makes us stronger, really. I think we've come out of the summer, although we lost someone at the top of the tree, if you like. I feel like we've come out of it really strong, and adding Gilly just makes us even stronger.
I mean, when it was the three of you, it was quite a close knit and quite small, to be quite honest, backroom staff that you've had. Having another body in there must be great for you, and help bring in new ideas and potentially a new way of looking at it.
Yeah, I just think it's another set of eyes for us to have a look at things. It's someone who believes fully in us and how we're playing and what we're doing after playing against it, and obviously chatting to me about things a lot. He's just going to help us. Like if you asked me and Luke and Dean by the end of last season how tired we were, you'd have got an answer being very tired. It will help us all balance our energy better, be able to really focus on specific things, and give as many players as possible as much attention as possible, because it's really difficult when Dean's taking the goalkeepers for me and Luke to try and work individually and really specific with everyone. It's really tough, and we're really keen on doing that, and it's a big part of it here, trying to improve individuals, as people and players, and the more good people we have to help that, the backroom team's fantastic, but especially on the football side, then the more people we have to help that, the better for us as a group moving forward. And he comes with really good pedigree coaching and playing, and as I said, he's someone who shares and aligns with our values and beliefs on the game and the way we want to play it. And it's going to help. It's going to help in every area, I'm sure.
I'm sure the club's official line is that you've signed several players, but a lot of them appear to be familiar faces so far, in the likes of Laurie and Franco re-signing for you. But one player that's come in, Scott Twine, I mean, he comes with a lot of pedigree, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, Franco's a new sign as well because he only trained with us last year. So Franco's a really interesting and exciting project. I think he could be anything he wants to be. He's got fantastic ability. He's not been a professional in this country. It's different to how he was at River Plate in Argentina, but one of the best clubs in Argentina, one of the two best ones, and one of, really a top club in world football, really. So he comes with really good pedigree, and his story's fantastic. He come over with no English, had to go into non-league with Eastbourne through Sergio Torres, a good friend who alerted me to Franco in the first place. So I watched him quite a bit. Plays with such calmness, composure on the ball, everything we need in a goalkeeper, and is very good as a goalkeeper as well. So Dean really liked him. He came in to train and on a trial, I guess. Really, he speaks fantastic English now, and he's had to work for it. And I love that he's takes great courage to come across the world and not speak the language at all. Go to the lower leagues in England, into non-league football, which is tough, really tough. And to do as well as he's done, is a sign of the character he is. And he came in last season, just told him to come in and enjoy it and help us out training for a bit whilst Laurie was on loan, and he'd done the same again. He really impressed everyone, not just with his ability, but his attitude, his character. He's great. He's great to have around. So it's really up to him now to push Laurie and Fish hard and see where that ends up at the end of pre-season. So it's a really good signing for us, really exciting one. And Twiney's takes less explanation than Franco. I think everyone saw his highlight reel when we signed him, the goals he scores, the position he gets in, his ability to assist, the composure he shows and the quality he shows in the final third is different to a lot of players, and he really specialises in that area of the pitch. And we are really lucky to have him. With the amount of interest there was in him, it was there was a lot. So I think it's a brilliant signing for us in the fact that he really helps us on the pitch, and the fact that he chose us is a big thing for me, really big, because he had a lot of interest. Clubs in a league higher than this, clubs in this league, and him and his agents, who are fantastic throughout. They understand the project here. They understand how he was going to fit in after we presented to him, and thankfully he's chosen us. So I'm really, really pleased with that. And obviously he's a player that Luke gave his debut to at Swindon many years ago. Dean has worked with him before. They really speak highly of him as a guy and a character. So and he's come in and really impressed everyone physically as well with the testing. So he's a great signing, and we're looking forward to working with him.
The thing everyone will be wanting to know though is when can they expect more signings from you guys?
Yeah, I think we'll have a few. I said it on Friday to the fans at the breakfast, and then they didn't happen because we're living in a world at the minute where things can change very quickly due to protocols and regulations and rules. So yeah, we would have had a couple in by now already if it wasn't for that. So they haven't been able to come in or sign for different reasons, but they are there and waiting. And so hopefully we'll have some news on that this week, I think. And the ones we've got lined up, the ones that we are very close with, are really exciting because they are guys that have been our first choice over the summer, and it's taken a bit longer for one reason or the other. I'm sure supporters will be excited by the people coming in.
We spoke quite a lot towards the end of the season about guys you've offered contracts to who I suppose are yet to sign up. What's the situation with some of those players?
So obviously Cammy went to Luton, which is great for Cammy that he was looking to get back to the Championship. Obviously we rejected a move to the Championship for him in January, which would have been financially beneficial for the club. He understood that and was great. So a lot of disappointed to lose Cameron. Pleased for him that he's ended up back where he wants to end up, and he was good for us, and I think we were good for him. So I think it's been a really positive story for us as a club on the whole. And then Andy Sermon lives a long way away with his family. Is weighing things up still. Was a really important player for us. So we'd love him to stay, but at the same time we have to respect where he's at in his career and his life, the stage he's at. So willing to give him a bit of time to consider everything. He loved it here, really enjoyed it, and if it was a bit closer to his house, I think it'd be a no-brainer, it'd be signed and sealed already. But he has to weigh up. He has 3 young children. and it's tough. I've been there. I've done it. I've done it for the last few years. You know, it's really difficult, the balance of being away and justifying it to yourself and to your family and to your children, being away that much. The sacrifice is great, and he has to decide if he's in a position to make that sacrifice or not, and no one else can make that decision for him. So yeah, we'll wait and see on Sirs, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can find a balance that works for him. Ben Gladwin, obviously we haven't offered anything to yet because we need to get fit. We need to see where he's at after his operation, and he's getting there slowly but surely. So we'll wait on that one. And then I can't. Is that it?
Josh.
Oh, Josh McEachran. Yeah, again is another one who, because of various protocols at the minute, can't come in and discuss or do anything. So we're hopeful on that one as well, that we'll get to some agreement, and hopefully, look forward to working with him again.
One of the big names on everybody's lips will still remain to be Will Grigg. What's the situation there, if there's any situation at all?
Yeah, so Griggy's back with his parent club, so with the club who owns him. So it's a really difficult one to comment on at the minute. I think I spoke towards the end of last season on what we would like to do. That doesn't change. I've spoke to Griggy numerous times over the summer, just to catch up and see where he's at and see what's going on. Invariably, I'm sure he'll have interest elsewhere, but Griggy knows what we would like to do. I think he's now got a situation with his club that they have to decide what they want to do with him. He has to decide what he wants to do, and we'll just have to wait and see, really. I've got no other answers on that with Griggy, which I know will be disappointing or frustrating for people, but as always in football, these things take time. There's so many factors to take into account, unfortunately we're not in control of that one at this minute in time, but from what I said at the end of last season, nothing's really changed.
Something else you mentioned towards the end of last season, the futures of Sam Nombe and Hiram Boateng. I've seen they're both back training with you. What's the latest with those guys?
So we've had interest for both players from numerous clubs, and I just think both of them want to be somewhere where they want to play regularly. They're both at a point. Hiram had a really good loan last year and got back playing regularly and really enjoyed it. Sam had a really frustrating year, so he wants to try and go somewhere where he can really be the focal point of the team week in, week out. They're both really excellent players. I think football is so much about timing and opportunity, and they're just different to what I feel we need at this minute in time. But they train brilliantly. They're good characters. They're great guys. They don't get treated any differently to anyone. And if they're still here, they have a chance to play their way back in at some point. So that they know there's a lot of competition, but we have had a lot of interest from other clubs. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one. They know where they stand. We know where we are with it. Until clubs come in with something that is they see as a good opportunity for them and is right for us, then they'll be our players and they'll be used as and when they're needed.
Is that going to be a case of loan deals, or do you think it's just going to be you're going to look more at permanent deals for them?
I think it just depends. It depends what is right for us, what comes in for the club, and also the players, how strongly they feel about certain clubs, what interests and excites them. I honestly couldn't tell you right now. We'll have to wait and see. But there's no surprise to me that we have got the interest in them that we have, because they've both shown on occasions how good they can be, and both have performed at this level, on and off as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. And as I said, whilst they're here, they're part of us. They're part of it. They're training hard. They trained really well yesterday, both of them. And we just make sure they enjoy being around as much as possible.
Months of the season don't really come an awful lot tougher, I think, than August for your club. I know everybody has to play everybody twice, but the cards seem to have fallen pretty harshly on Dons for August. It's certainly going to be a baptism of fire coming into the new season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting. I don't know. Like everyone keeps saying, it's a really tough start, but it really doesn't bother me. We'll focus on us. We'll focus on being as ready as we possibly can on day one of the season. We're going to really enjoy getting to that point. We're going to go through a bit of physical pain together. We'll solve a lot of problems before then, and we'll just be, I'm quite relaxed about it. We'll be as ready as we possibly can. There is absolutely no point in stressing, looking ahead, worrying about what we're facing. All we can control is today. I said that to the players yesterday. The only thing we control is how we approach today, how we maximise everything we have for today. Yesterday was yesterday, tomorrow is tomorrow. There's 0 point in worrying about either. So that's where I'm at with that. We'll cross that bridge and we'll speak about it when we come to the game. So I don't look too far ahead. Strategically, yeah, of course we have to plan and we have to make sure. It's part of my job with Simon and Liam now to make sure we are ready for everything and anything. And but yeah, I'm not. It's quite a way out. I'm sure it'll come quickly, but it's quite a way away yet. And for me, it's just exciting. It's exciting to see what this team, where we can get to, what we can produce, how much we can improve, and hopefully after that run of games you're talking about, we'll be able to show that.
Of course, before then, it'll be one that fans are very excited to see is Tottenham coming to Stadium MK. That's going to be a great occasion as well.
Yeah, my son's excited about that one. So, yeah, it'll be a great one. I think we've been approached by numerous Premier League clubs actually about friendlies, and if we end up playing all of the ones that we would have liked to with the people that have asked, it would have been you talk about those first few games in League One. It would have been a tougher pre-season for our players. So yeah, I think we're playing at a time the pitch will be ready, which will be great. The new pitch will be fantastic. Hopefully by then the restrictions have completely gone, so we can enjoy a proper crowd at the stadium against a top team with who will have a new manager in place. And I think it's probably going to be their first game with a new manager in charge, of note. So it'll be exciting. It'll be one to really look forward to for our players. But we have a lot of hard work before then to get there and make sure that we're ready to give a good account of ourselves. But yeah, it's a really exciting one. And when you get a pre-season game to show what you can do and show what good players you can be against Premier League opposition, I always really enjoyed them games as a player myself. And I'm sure the players will be looking forward to that and make sure they try and get in the team for it.
Of course, it's probably far too early to start making predictions about the league as yet, but what are you hoping for in the next 6 weeks, and where do you want to see your team sort of positioned when it comes to everything kicking off?
I just want to see us have a group of players that are hungry to improve on what they did last season, with guys who hopefully add and support the guys that we've already got here and done brilliantly for us in the second half of the season. I just want us in the next 6 weeks to just enjoy as much of it as possible, enjoy the working hard together, enjoy the process of how we work, and enjoy time together. We're not having to live by the strict regulations we were last year, which is so nice to actually get the guys back in the meeting room together and see them together in the changing room, albeit they still have their masks on down here, but back in the gym together, all that sort of stuff, which is fantastic. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing how much we can grow in the next 6-7 weeks, because physically and on the pitch in terms of performance, and when we get to the end to the first day of the season, I want us to have real clarity and real belief and see the guys with really good, strong body language and conviction in what they're doing come the first game of the season, which I've got no doubt they will do, because they really believe in what we do. They really trust how we work and trust the process and what goes on in that. And I think they understand it gives them the best platform to go and show what good players they are. So we have 6 weeks to challenge each other, to make mistakes, to learn as much as possible about how we're going to go about our business, and then by the end of that, make sure we approach it with no fear and the big mentality they showed on numerous occasions last year.
And finally, I think everybody's going to be switching everything off and turning their focus to England versus Germany tonight. What have you made of Gareth Southgate's side in the tournament so far, and what do you fancy for tonight?
It's my wife's birthday, so I'm hoping I'm allowed to watch it. But yeah, it'll be a great game. I've really enjoyed watching the Euros. Last night as well. I think it's been great. It's been fascinating. The different approach of different teams. That I think I've really enjoyed watching Italy. I've not enjoyed the England games as much as that, but I think they've done what they needed to do in terms of getting through from a tough group. I think Gareth Southgate's a fantastic modern day manager. He talks a lot about emotional intelligence, about trying to take the fear away from the players and the pressure off them, and you know, listen to quite a few bits with him over the summer on podcasts and stuff like that. And yeah, guy I got a lot of time for, a lot of respect for, and I think he's you know, in terms of who you look at people who you want to lead your team and stuff like that, he looks fantastic to work for and with and play for. And he's got a really talented group of players, so I'm looking forward to seeing tonight. I expect them to win tonight, if I'm honest. I think they'll win. I think they're playing against a team that have some top players, but top players who are not quite at the peak of their powers anymore. So yeah, I think England will win tonight. Hopefully, it'll be good. I think the Euro has been such a boost for everyone. I think it's exactly what everyone needed. You know, just distraction from the doom and gloom for the last however long 18 months, and you know, all you ever see in the media now is the negative stuff. That's it, I guess, what sells everything. But yeah, it'd be nice for the country to have some positivity and for everyone to come back into work on Thursday morning. All the players, apart from Scotty and Danny, who and Franco, all the rest of the players will, I'm sure, hopefully be very happy. I'm Warren. There you go. Sorry, I'm Warren.
I think the Czech Republic game and, you know, Croatia, having seen how those two sides have done since, I think it probably shines it in a little bit of different light. Initially, when you watched it, you probably thought England didn't perform too well, but having seen the way they've performed since, probably makes those wins a little bit more.
Yeah, again, I don't understand. I don't understand negativity surrounding it all. They qualified. They you know, the way the Scotland draw was reported on or handled after. Scotland played brilliantly. I thought they were fantastic on the night. Some top players in the Scotland team. I thought it was a little bit disrespectful to Scotland at times, the coverage of it, because I thought it was a great game. Not many chances, but I thought it was really intense, really good to watch actually. And yeah, as I said, they've done enough to get through. Czech Republic showing how strong they are. Croatia again have done the same. So yeah, I think it was a tough group to qualify from. They've done it. Obviously, I was supporting Scotland. They're out now, so I'll turn my attentions to England. And yeah, I'm just enjoying watching loads of football and watching people back in the stadium, watching fans. It gets you excited, I think, for what we're going to go back to hopefully this season, because it changes things. It changes football completely. You know, even watching the game last night with supporters in the stadium, it feels so different. It looks so different. I'm sure the players are taking as much from that as possible playing there, and it's making a big difference to them. And yeah, I just want to enjoy a game again tonight, and hopefully, you know, England will come out on top.